There was a letter to the editor on Lake Expo that I saw from Dr. David Lancaster, DO from Columbia, Missouri,
Yeah.
dated June 2nd, 2025. And this is directly from Dr. David Lancaster. There is a lot of talk about a shortage of healthcare workers, including physicians. I would like to clarify that much of the shortage is intentionally induced by the hospital systems. Hospitals include a non-compete clause in their contracts. I am a physician who has practiced at Capital Region Medical Center in Jeff City, Missouri for 14 years and was the medical director of their 14-bed inpatient physical rehab center. My non-compete included standard language of not taking patients if I leave, but it goes further, preventing me from practicing medicine in any capacity whatsoever in a 30-mile radius for 2 years. When our hospital was taken over by the University of Missouri, the non-compete was increased to a 50-mile radius and was non-negotiable. So I refused to sign and I left. After almost a year, the hospital has not even tried to fill the outpatient void left by departure. I asked permission to practice in areas that the hospital does not serve, such as skilled nursing facilities, and I was told no. The non-compete clause ties a physician's hands to a hospital. The hospital can make any changes they desire, and the physician has no recourse. If the physician refuses and leaves, then they must uproot their entire family and move to a new location. This creates an access barrier to healthcare in rural America and an overwhelming emotional and financial burden to the physician and their family. Signed, Dr. David Lancaster, DO from Columbia, Missouri, and this was a letter to the editor on Lake Expo. And I thought it was interesting coming directly from a DO in Jeff City, 14 years with Capital Region, and he said when they were taken over by the University of Missouri, not only was the non-compete radius 20 miles was added to that.
Yeah.
But when he refused to sign and left, that they've not even tried to fill that void. And so we'll be reaching out to some of our local medical providers and see what we can find out about their non-competes and what that means. But if this claim is true, it would lead you to believe, are some of these hospitals actually wanting to have good healthcare providers, easy access for healthcare for their customers or for their patients, or are they wanting to control and kind of make sure they manipulate the market?
Yeah.
Interesting letter coming directly from a DO, right?
Well, you know, and on the heels of everything that happened in 2020 and 2021 with the COVID stuff and the horrible way our medical system was run by the government, you know, with the whole ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine thing, people dying that shouldn't have been dying the way they were being told to treat things. There's a lot of questions about our medical industrial complex right now.
Are we still bozos?
I think we're still idiots and bozos.
Okay, good.
Just to question that, yeah. But I hadn't heard that, but that's obviously a problem, especially in rural America, you know. I mean, I hadn't heard that before.
Well, and this is no disrespect to doctors, but any time a doctor is employed by somebody else, you would always have to take what they say with a grain of salt, because that is not 100% theirs. Now, when you have someone who has been with somewhere and leaves and now is willing to speak, I think that is maybe a time to listen.
Yeah.
And you might want to be cautious, but I mean, when you're no longer controlled or relying on a paycheck from somebody that tells you what you can and can't do, can and can't say, that might be a time to listen. And so I thought that letter to the editor was fascinating, and we'll let you know what we find out here locally in some of the Missouri. We're going to reach out to Capital Region, University of Missouri, and some of these local Lake Regional. We'll let you know what we find out there, but the doctor shortage in America, the cause may surprise you.
Yeah, and especially when it hits home locally like that.